It's important to understand the significance of your relationships, your encounters, your interactions with other people, because many times when we deal with our relationships along this spiritual journey, we find it difficult to maneuver because, one, we still have expectations as to what others are supposed to do and bring into our lives, but we're also often hard on ourselves as far as what we are to do for those we care about and want to see the best for. And the very important thing that I think is significant for you to understand about your connections with people, your engagements, your interactions with people, is to recognize that though everybody is not your friend, everybody is in fact your teacher. And what this means is that as you go through life, and we talk about this often throughout my teachings, is you recognize that the universe and everything that you experience is a reflection of yourself. And how you view the outside world is a depiction of how you essentially view yourself. So it's important to recognize that as you go through life, and if you think the world is doom and gloom, then really you have to take a good look at yourself to dissect and understand and hopefully change that perspective. Because when one is in love and fully in acceptance of self and acknowledges the power of who you are and what you can do in all aspects of yourself, then that reflects and that shows on the outside. That shows in everything that you experience, see, feel, and do. Because there is really no separation between you and everything you experience. There is only oneness. And so as we think about our relationships with other people, our interactions with other people, our engagement with other people, it's important for you to recognize that the things that you experience with other people is something that is there to support you, to help you in some way or form. Even if your engagement or your exchange with another person is quote unquote negative, because what it does is it gives you the opportunity to see yourself. Everything that happens is an opportunity to recognize either your strengths or your weaknesses, right? The light aspects of yourself and the dark aspects of yourself, the yin and the yang. So it is there with our engagements with others. It is very important. So always recognize that your most powerful insight, your most powerful lessons are going to be from your interactions with people. Okay. We often talk about nature as being a very good lesson or teacher for spirituality. But the thing with nature is that nature has a formula. Nature is pretty consistent. It has a consistent pattern. Whereas with people, there isn't much consistency. In fact, things are more complicated. And with that, those complexities comes triggers, comes opportunity for you to really be thrown off course and to really have this moment of really experiencing something that you just couldn't predict, you couldn't see coming, right? But that is what brings the beauty. That's what brings the opportunity. Because with people, with the engagements with people, your interactions with people, you are giving this raw idea or this raw moment in time where you get to truly see yourself and you cannot manipulate or maneuver around it, right? Whereas with nature, because you can see a pattern and things are consistent with nature, then it allows you to, yes, be calm in alignment with that nature, because consistency ultimately represents and creates calm and peace, whereas things that are inconsistent creates chaos. But it is not through avoiding chaos. That's not the real journey that we're on. Yes, we don't want to create the chaos. We don't want to be the source of the chaos, but we want to acknowledge that chaos, because then we have an opportunity to truly see yourself. And so when you engage with other people, recognize that they are there to bring light to the things that you can't expose or see within yourself, by yourself. And they are to teach you. They are to really expose the raw aspects of yourself that are needed to be exposed for you to actually get to this road or move along this road of fulfillment, joy, happiness, and spirituality. You see, this is why I really don't recommend the mindset of, going on this like monk mode vibe where you kind of isolate yourself, you put yourself on a mountaintop and you just meditate like a monk. Okay, well, yeah, if you're isolating yourself, of course, there's going to be peace, right? Of course, there's going to be tranquility. But the true test is putting yourself around people and recognizing where the ego shows up and how you're triggered by certain things, and just simply noticing the triggers, being mindful to recognize where your weaknesses are already put you way ahead of the game, because many people are just not even aware. So it is important, yes, to take time out, be with self, be still, but that is really to train you for the real deal. That is really to train you for the interactions, the engagements, the relationships, because these relationships are meant to be a reflection of yourself, to show you where you are, missing the mark and where you can improve, or where you can pull away at the excess, the distractions, the things that are keeping you essentially away from your peace. You have to see it in order for you to acknowledge it. Then in order for you to deal with it, to heal from it, right? And then you can move forward peacefully. But the idea of avoiding people, avoiding exchanges, interactions, just to cultivate peace alone for the long term is not going to serve you. Doing it momentarily to build up and fortify yourself and really be introspective and contemplative and think about who you are, how you feel about certain things, and working on evolving past those things is important. But then you have to go out there, right? You have to be battle tested, so to speak, and go and show yourself and recognize where the growth is coming in. Recognize how you can grow, then recognize where the growth is actually manifesting and materializing. So understand the importance of your relationships, your engagements. It's not always about the negative things. It's not always about recognizing, okay, these people piss me off, this person pisses me off, this person makes me angry or frustrated, I got to deal with that. But it's also about recognizing the beauty within yourself as well. So understanding that the relationships that you are having with people, whether it be for a single moment, right, simply glancing at each other, saying hello, or if it's a long-term relationship that you've had maybe since childhood, or a romantic partnership, whatever the case may be, you're going to recognize and you're going to experience the good parts and the quote unquote bad parts. And I say quote unquote because it's really not bad when you understand the significance of taking this information, this insight, and recognizing that this is a teaching lesson. This is a moment for you to actually allow yourself to be yourself by exposing the things that are keeping you from yourself, which are those triggers, which are the things that the ego has continued to perpetuate in your life and in your existence and in your reality. So when you face them and you acknowledge them and you give them a name and you recognize them, then you are closer to healing it, moving past it, and then essentially being who you truly are. And that is the mission. That is the objective of this spiritual journey. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and also get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. When you do, you will also be invited to my free Manifestation Monday morning meetings every Monday morning at 7 a.m. So please set your alarm. I look forward to seeing you there. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.